Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Dana White's Contender Series, week number 3. Start off today, we are talking about Jack Duffy versus Nick Piccanini. Nick Piccanini is minus 345 favorite. This is a fun fight. It really is. Jack Duffy has been now. This is his third opponent. Jack Duffy 7-0 plus 260. Underdog, 28 years old, 5'7". Fighting, like I said, Nick Piccanini, who's 6-0, 27 years old, 5'6". The fun thing with this fight really is, the experience that both guys has 5 submission wins for Nick. He's fought some decent competition for having 6 fights, 7-3, 5-5, 4-0. Once he was 3-0. That's not bad. He has 3 first round finishes. Has a finish in the 4th. Has a finish in the 2nd. Yeah, big submission guy. Again, fighting Jack Duffy, who is 7-0, 1 inch taller as well. 28 years old, like I said. 6 finishes out of his 7 wins. 4 submission wins. 3 in the first round. 5 first round finishes altogether. 13-6, 3-1. 0-0, 3-4, 2-2, 3-3. Again, the other guy has fought better competition, and I really like Nick Piccanini to win this matchup. Now, on to the next one. We got another really good matchmaking here. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Adam Bramhald. You look at it, Malcolm Wellmaker, 7-0, minus 260 favorite at 5'10", 30 years old. Adam Bramhald, 13-2, couple more fights than Malcolm has, plus 195. Underdog, 30 years old as well, 5'10" as well. Again, you look how Adam Bramhald fights. 10 finishes. He's been finished. Both of his losses are by finish, submission, and TKO or KO. He's finished by Scott Malone. Scott Malone back in the day, who is 36 now, on a 3-fight losing streak. Has a couple fights, 4 fights in the amateur scene. Jesus. 13-2. Fought decent competition, 13-12, 13-13, 19-27, 12-7, 9-4. Fought decent competition. I just think Malcolm Wellmaker is just that guy. I like him. I don't like that he's 30. I don't like that at all. 5 finishes out of his 7 wins. 5-2, 11-7, 4-4, 2-1, 1-3. Has a very good amateur career, 8-1 overall, but he's fought some pretty good guys in there, pretty experienced guys as well. Was submitted back in 2019, so he's only been pro since 2022. He's only been pro since 2022. It's just now 2 years of being a pro. He's 7-0, fights quite a bit. He's had, what is that? 7 fights in 2 years. That's pretty damn good, to be honest. It really is. So I really like Malcolm Wellmaker. He's the guy that you guys got to watch out for. I like him a lot. I don't like that he's 30 already. That's a bit of an issue for me personally, but yeah, that's not too bad. Next, we have Marco Tulio versus Mathis Deslos. Marco Tulio, 11-1, minus 500 favorite, 6-1 with a 74.5-inch reach. Fighting Mathis Deslos, who's 6-2, 4-1 in his last 5 fights, plus 350 underdog, 6'3 with a 77-inch reach, 2-inch in height with a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Mathis Deslos. Again, it's another thing. If you look at the people that he has fought, he has 5 finishes. He's also been finished, but he has 5 finishes. Actually, both losses are submission and TKO. But fought in Bellator, was finished in Bellator, which is a step up. Fought a guy that was 2-0, but I believe He's 3-1 now at 26 years old. Again, interesting. But the competition he's fought isn't great per se. But again, he's only 6-2 and 11-1. Mark Tulio is the best fighter that he has fought. I think that is 100% true. 29 years old, like I had said. You know, he has 8 finishes. He's also been finished 1 time. Fought in the Contender Series before. Got a decision against Jerzy Belagori. I think he actually... This guy sounds familiar. This guy sounds familiar. Yes, I do remember him. Kickboxer. Beat him up by decision. He's won 2 fights, I believe, since that. Yeah, 2 fights since then. Against decent competition, 10-4, 11-3. That's not too bad. Really isn't. But again, I really like Marco Tulio in this one. He looked good in his first Contender Series fight. This is his second one. I think he's going to get a big, big finish in this matchup. I just really, really like him a lot. You know, again, he needs to get going a little bit. I don't think time's necessarily on his side for the way that he fights. Kind of needs to get going at it a little bit quicker. Next, we're watching. Jesus. Next, we're talking about Michael Aswell versus Bogdan Grad. As we know, Bogdan Grad is the guy that Tom Nolan flatlined. Looked incredible. Hasn't looked good since. Picked up 2 wins since that fight. Actually, 2 finishes. Michael Aswell 9-1, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. The one loss is against Yader Deval, who was 4-0 a year and 2 months ago. 2 fights since then. Hasn't really fought anybody great, that's for sure. Basically a pick'em. 23 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. Fighting Bogdan Grad, who's 13-2, 4-1 as well in his last 5 fights. 28 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. This is a tough one because if you look at it, 23 years old, 5 finishes. If this fight is going, if the competition that Michael Aswell has fought is okay, 11-4, 5-2, 4-0, 5-2, 10-6, that's not bad. Cameron Graves, about to go on a little rant. Oh no, not the same Cameron Graves. Not the same guy. 12-7, 8 finishes, also been finished 4 times. Not very good. Say that much. But sorry for the rant there. Sorry for the rant. What are we doing? Okay, yeah. Fighting Bogdan Grad, like I said, who lost to Tom Nolan in a very, very good way, to be honest. Let's just talk about it. He has 11 finishes out of his 13 wins. Lost his last Contender Series against Tom Nolan, like I said. Fought some okay guys, 12-7-2, 13-5. Get a little bit more experience under his belt. Before that, 18-6, 6-3, 6-2, 8-5. All right, sure. I think Bogdan does well in this matchup. The fights that he looks good in is when he's able to mix in his strikes. Really, really mix in what he wants to do. That's when he does well. So I like Bogdan Grad a lot in this matchup. Last but not least, in the main event, we have Audrey Puliev versus Liam Anderson. Audrey Puliev, 8-2, 4-1 in his last 5 fights, plus 170 underdog at 26 years old, fighting Liam Anderson, who's 6-2. The last loss was against Miles Lee 3 years ago. Won 4 fights since then and 4 finishes. Not against good competition. Minus 200 favorite. 29 years old. 6'3" with a 74-inch reach. Again, if you look at it, 8 wins total for Audrey. He has, let's see, 7 finishes out of 8 wins. He's also been finished 1 time. He has 5 first-round finishes. He was absolutely mauled by Ankarbeb Danielbekov. What a name that is, let me tell you. But again, hasn't fought anybody. He fought one guy, Oliveira, who's 38-21. Sure, but that guy's not very good, so I don't know how much that really means. I just don't. And then Liam Anderson, who's again 6-2, hasn't lost in 3 years. 6 finishes total. He also has 4 first-round finishes. Has been finished before in his career. Also by Thomas Powell, which was 2018, 21 seconds in. That is crazy to come back from. 6-4, 2-0, 3-1, 6-6. Hasn't fought anybody. This will be the best guy that he's fought so far. And I really, really like Liam Anderson in this matchup. But as always, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. If you disagree or you agree, put your parlays down there in the comment section. Let me know. And as always, peace.